The Crash Course Live is presented by
Smash It Demolition Derby, who host Bash for Cash, Blizzard Bash, and Capital City Carnage. Online at smashitderby.com. And Stirring Dirt Racing, host of Maymania's team show at the Golden Spike Arena in Ogden, Utah. Online at stirringdirtracing.com.
Reckless Abandon Derby Apparel and Derby Inc. Magazine. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby podcast, recorded live at the FingerLakes1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls, New York. And now your host, Chris Marquardt.
Good afternoon, good evening, and welcome to this edition. Thankfully, I remembered to turn the microphones on. Right? How very Monday has this been?
What were we talking about last week?
I don't know.
We're clicking down and going on, and nothing's working.
Not a thing.
I walked in here, and usually Chris and I'll shoot the bull for a little while, and
It's
Chris,
been silent.
Yeah, Chris looked beguiled. Is that a good word?
I guess so. Why is everything flying in? There shouldn't be transitions on this.
That was cool.
I don't like it.
I kind of like it, but you don't watch it. Well, you watch it there, but I watch it over here. It looks cool. So all of a sudden, I'm like,
yeah, you know what it looks like? It looks like sixth grade AV class when you started learning all the bells and whistles and the production stuff.
I never learned that stuff.
What?
I never learned that stuff.
Well, on that note, episode 346 might be 00001. Some Demolition Derby action happening this weekend. If you're tuning in, you're watching us on YouTube Live only or through Finger Lakes 1 Facebook. I don't know if they've exactly put me or Finger Lakes 1 or perhaps the Crash Course page or whatever it is, but they've blocked the IP at this point for the studio, so I can't get the feed out to Facebook directly, which is so great. But once we get everything done here, we'll make sure that all the links and stuff are put up there so that you can watch it on demand. Everything will be there. And then, of course, it'll all be on Finger Lakes 1 like usual and on YouTube as well. So hopefully everybody's had a good weekend. This is just an extension of everything that we had going on at home, which was awesome. Started on a great note Friday. Ran a car way too hard on the video game in the heats and got qualified, and then loaded up the back end of that wagon with as many groceries as I could get and drove it down to third place and didn't hit a thing.
Could you put the taillights back in it when you were done?
No, because they were like 8 feet high after the heat. It wasn't good. But that was a lot of fun because lately I haven't had a chance to drive a whole lot. I got updates coming from Mark Elliott. I just learned maybe 40 minutes ago, Ben Owens, a fellow that I've got to know since, this is 2009 or 2010 when we got to know him through the model community. Not modeling like fashion shots, to model demolition
cool
derby cars.
derby cars.
His dad passed away.
Too bad.
And just found out about that. So thinking of him, got a great message from Ed Brewster today. He's excited about everything that happened at Finger Lakes Speed World. So we're going to try and catch up with some of the results. Tom Bell's working on that to get that stuff to us. David LeJewitt, he's working on the Bash motor in the garage. So that's cool. Appreciate that. Tuning in. And on Wednesday, Joey Malloy became a dad.
Cool.
So that was exciting to know. Some of all that good news. And then last night, Derek Creetlow was trying to launch his online point series, and that was supposed to start at 7 o'clock Eastern Time, 6 o'clock Central, and everything was there on time except for the person who was streaming it for him.
Whoops.
Because all of the stuff that was in it turned out it wasn't a water line, it was a line that moved water, it was the drain, had the stuff got through the garbage disposal without the garbage disposal grinding it up, and it packed like concrete in about a 4-foot column between the sewer main out to the street and the bottom of the sink. So all of the water back flooded up underneath the sink. And I sent him a picture at 6:30 and said, I'm trying to get there. And it ended up resulting in a Sawzall, 2 cuts, cutting a section out of the pipe, cleaning it all out that way. And yeah, so now the main pipe, the PVC, put the 2 parts that were cut, and then wrapped it with electrical tape.
That'll work.
It's holding so far.
Did Dad come over and help you, or did you do all the plumbing yourself?
I was talking to Dad on the phone and trying to make sure that my thought process was correct. And halfway through it, he goes, "I'll talk to you later on. I got a fire call."
Well, that's a pretty big deal.
I thought that it was going to come down to because I had PVC doped everything back together, so it wasn't coming apart. There wasn't any unscrewing it, and the copper pipe that the 2.5-inch pipe sleeves over, it's not like that's coming off. So I guessed where it was going to be the blockage, and I cut it, and it was just empty tube, and I could look down and you could see everything was in there. I'm like, well, gonna be.
I know where you're going. Yeah.
So off we go. Tim Clark going to be joining us here. Got some folks coming in through some messages coming in through Facebook. We've got all sorts of stuff going on tonight. Tim Clark waiting in the wings. Candace had her first derby. I'm going to try and make sure that we get that information out there if I can get any of the search functions to work on Facebook. It's been an adventure. Tim's joining us on the line. Tim, man, how are you?
Hey, great. How are you guys?
Doing good,
I just
Tim.
gave you the recap of how I am.
I think we should be drinking on this episode.
We're here. We are here. We're here. We're doing well. There's blessings that we can easily overlook. But I was very excited to get your message. Say, hey, what's going on Monday? We got some stuff about the Bash for Cash to talk about, and I know that's a topic that a lot of people have been dying to hear more details on. The agenda's posted on the Smash It Derby website, so that's a good sign. Where are things at?
Things are going really great. I mean, our governor kind of loosened up a little bit and opened it up where we could have outdoor events and weddings and stuff like that. There's still a little bit of the grandstands close together. People has to be around 30%, and hopefully by the governor before the May, that should open up a lot better than what it is right now. But it's doing great. I mean, it's came together in the last 60 days fast, that's for sure, with the Bash for Cash. So it's been going really good,
So, Tim, how good does it feel to actually be working to get your Bash for Cash back up and going again? I mean, it's got to be pretty special.
It feels great. It really does. I mean, 2020 was a terrible year. I mean, with demolition derbies, I mean, we had to cancel the Bash. We had to cancel, a little bit of everything out there. So, I mean, it seems like this year's going a lot better. I mean, it's all coming together really quick. But, the Bash for Cash is the biggest outdoor event out there, so it definitely needs to come back. So it's time to pull the trigger and start putting derbies on, that's for sure.
So I saw in one of your posts that there's already 600 cars entered for the Bash for Cash.
There's already over 600 cars entered right now. It's over a $100,000 payout for the 3 days. And we still have some entries open for some of the, single classes. So, I mean, there's still a lot of space out there, but there's still going to be a lot of cars crashed in 3 days, Memorial Day weekend, that's for sure.
So, did you just get bored in your time off and go, "Hey, I'm gonna pay another class $10,000 to win"? Because I see there's now 4 classes that are paying the winner $10,000. That's pretty impressive.
That's pretty good. But I mean, really, for us promoters out there, $10,000 derbies are pretty much getting like a county fair. So I can see good things for in the future. That's for sure.
That's awesome.
That class paid $7,000 to win last year, right?
What's that?
That class paid $7,000 to win last year, didn't it? Well, not last year, but last year.
Well, not last year, but yeah.
The last derby year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll
So it's only
qualify
about
that.
$3,000, what's it?
Yeah, another $3,000, no biggie.
Yeah. I mean, we raised up, we did some moving around with money with the Bash for Cash. I mean, it's still the same amount of money plus a little more. We paid the single classes a lot more than what we used to do, so to keep that going too.
I just did the quick math on this, right?
Yep.
So we've got 3 days, which is 72 hours, 608 cars. That's 8.5 cars per hour.
We've worked a few of them Bash for Cashes. I don't think there's ever a time off. I think they start on Friday night and run to late Sunday night. I don't think we ever really get time off. Oh, shoot, I just lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Chris. You ruined it for me.
I just was impressed that it's wrecking 8.5 cars an hour. I mean, it's not quite.
Oh, I know what I was going to ask.
What?
Tim, Are you still planning on the turn back the clock class being a one and done, or if you get enough cars, is there going to be heats?
It's looking like it might be a couple heats. I mean, right now we're in the 40-car range.
Cool.
You know, with turn back the clock, and you know, there's some new faces in there, but there's a lot of old faces in that class. So I think, of course, that class will not. You know, it'll probably be the heat of the night, I guess.
Cool.
Yes.
And of course, you're having you're having the relic class this year again, correct?
Yeah, we're having all the classes. I mean, you know, we're having the 80 wire class, turn back the clock, relic class, trucks. The relic class is actually here in Ohio. I mean, I think we have 15 cars entered in it as of right now. That's why I said there's some classes that still could take some entries. But most of the drivers around here are saying the relic cars are harder to find in Ohio than, say, New York or anywhere else.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
That's still the basis of that's still 1959 and older, right?
It's actually 63 and older. I mean, I gave it a couple more years to try to get a couple more cars in, you know, but I don't even know if 63 and older actually helps, you know, around here with that.
62 Imperial would be a nice car for that class.
Yeah.
Actually, Tim, wasn't there a was it one of the E-Steps that had a beautiful 62 or 63 Imperial out there last year? Or
actually, I think there was a couple 59 Imperials,
Right.
You know, and I think there was a 60 model Imperial there, what was that, 2020?
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in
19.
19, I'm sorry.
19 demo year.
Yeah, I think one of them
Yeah.
got down to second place, third place before they had a big fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Tom Dillman. That's who actually won the raffle car this year for the, you know, because we raffled that car off for my nephew Fatty this year, and he actually won it after Tony. You know, Tony won it the first time, and then going in the back, so we raffled off again. Then Tom Dillman that won the relic. Well, yeah, got second in the relic class in 19. You know, and he won it this year, so. I'm for sure that car will be nose up out in this class, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Any changes to the kicker class or turn back the clock classes at this point? Is they're still open to all years on both sides, correct?
Turn back the clock it is, and yeah, the kickers is also, yeah.
And that change, I think it was maybe 2 years ago when that change went into place with those cars being able to run. It certainly changed the dynamic there. And with the turnout at this point, it's still going to be heats and features. Neither one of those has been knocked down to a one and done.
As of right now, we haven't knocked them down to a one and done. I mean, I think turn back the clock might be a one and done on Sunday, but I think kickers is looking really good where we're probably going to have some heats for them.
Nice.
You know.
That's very cool. The pro stocks, I think that's going to be a lot of fun to watch that one. It's always entertaining every year.
It's the 80s or the 80s wire class is always a great show too.
Three of them.
Yeah.
Three of them on the schedule for this year. That's one of the $2,000 one and dones that we're going to see here. We'll let everybody kind of get an eyeful of it right here. If we get this out of the way, there it goes. Bash for Cash 2021 is going to be at the Ross County Fairgrounds in Chillicothe, Ohio. Kicker class is $10,000 to win. Turn back the clock class, $10,000 to win. Compacts and Pro Stocks also $10,000 to win. The $2,000 to win standalone classes will be the Frank the Tank Old School Wire class, the youth small cars. The street stocks, the relic class is going to be 63 and older. The 380s wire one and dones will be on the schedule as well. Super stocks, full size trucks, and compact trucks. The schedule for the weekend breaks down kind of like this, and Tim will be able to correct me where I go astray here. Friday is going to be the $2,000 youth class, the mini trucks, and then the $10,000 to win street stocks. Qualifying heats for them on Friday night, along with the full size trucks, right?
Yep.
And then mini trucks also on the card. 7 o'clock start time on Friday the 28th. Saturday the 29th, 3 o'clock start time for the Power Wheels. Then we get the compact constellation round, the Pro Stocks, the kicker class, the relic class, and Frank the Tank wire class. Going to be the main event on Saturday. Sunday, things kick off with the Pro Stock, kicker, and turn back the clock constellations as needed. 1 o'clock is the Smith Metalworks Youth Full Size, the Modified Division, 80s wire heats, and the Super Stocks. and then all the remaining features fall in line at 4:15 there. So there you go. That's the rundown. May the 28th through the 30th. So far, 600 plus cars registered for 3 days of action. The agenda has been posted along with a promotional flyer and additional purse information on smashitderby.com. So Tim, at this point, the challenges, are they in the rearview mirror, or is there's still some challenges ahead to be dealt with in terms of making sure this event gets off the grounds, in terms of ticketing, in terms of the number of people that are allowed on the premises? Where's that in terms of looking forward here? Because we are the beginning of March. The show's only
right. The show's only like 80 days away, and anybody can come. We might have to cap the grandstands, and what we're trying to do right now is sell tickets right now, and once we figure out the cap, if you bought a grandstand ticket online, we're probably going to have to give you a different color wristband so you'll have your seat if you buy it early, But the midway, the pit area and all that is social distancing. We highly recommend masks. So there's really, if you're walking around, if you want to get out, sick or tired of, the bash is where it's going to be at, because you can be anywhere outside if you just do social distancing, and the vending area, pit area and stuff like that. The grandstands might be a little tight of, keeping people out there as much as possible, but if it's an open air, I think we're going to be really good here in Ohio.
And now that this has got the green light to go ahead, how good is that decision about the Street Stock Madness on June 5th and 6th?
I know it's really tight, and really with the Street Stock Madness, because this has all been coming together, pretty quick, and I knew if I wanted to do Street Stock Madness also, and I knew that my county fairs was all going to come back, and I have about 55 county fairs this summer, and June is a very tight month, and it was pretty much the only weekend that I had to choose from, so I know it's like a week after the bash, but I'm for sure we can get it handled.
Easy at this point. Do it.
Yeah.
Runs itself.
Yeah, no problem.
55 county fairs. That's the highest number that, in our time talking about the schedule and where Smash It was. That's the highest total I remember.
Yeah. 2020, our fair, it was 19 really. Our fair convention was actually really good to smash it. So we picked up a lot of county fairs then. In 2020, it was terrible for derbies, and so we talked to most of the fairs and kept everything that we had. Actually, I let 3 or 4 go this year because I just couldn't do it for the time frames and stuff like that. So
Tim, offhand,
busy summer, I do believe.
Offhand, do you know how many counties there are in Ohio?
There's 88 counties in Ohio.
So you have over half of the county fairs.
Well,
That's pretty cool.
Well, I have 50-some derbies, and I'm not saying I have 50 county fairs, but it's really close to having, I would say, at least 2/3 of them.
Wow.
It's not bad.
That's pretty crazy.
Now, what kind of feedback have you been getting from drivers? I mean, have you been getting, would you say, like a normal volume of calls leading up to the bash, or more calls, or how's the atmosphere to you?
The atmosphere to me, I've been in this business for a long time, and we've had pretty much a really bad year last year, and I think a lot of people is kind of in the limbo of demolition derbies until they get to a big show, or and get their blood rolling, and then they'll start pumping up. But I think it's going to be really good with the car count and stuff like that coming to the bash. I mean, I'd say we might be down 15% or something that might not get their car done. But I think it's still going to be a really big car turnout.
Yeah, I would say so.
It's going to be awesome. I just hope that the borders open by then, because I know there's a bunch of cars up in Canada that want to come.
Yeah, no doubt.
There's a number.
Yeah, I mean, actually, with the fair association that I'm in, and it sounds like they're really thinking about opening the border, what I've been hearing, in Ohio. So hopefully our Canada friends can definitely make it back down to Ohio for the Bash for Cash.
I would guess stuff's got to be I still stand by my first statement that I think everything's going to be open by Memorial Day. I read today that March 19th, restaurants in New York can open up to 75%. So I mean, unless something drastic changes and there's a huge uptick again, please God no. I still stand by it. I think it's definitely leaning towards everything's going to be open by then.
That's what I'm hearing too here in Ohio. I'm hearing that a lot of the things is going to be going away by the end of May, and hopefully it'll be right in time for the Bash. Where we don't have the major things that we have to deal with. But I mean, I think this summer, by July or August, I think it'll be really good for everything to be back to normal, where everybody's getting their shot and everything like that to take care of the problem.
Yeah, I definitely think it's all pointing towards a wide open summer. I truly believe that.
So if people's been cooped up in their house for a while, May 28th through the 30th is probably to be on your bucket list. I mean, it's just going to be unbelievable. I mean, of the people there and the sponsors of the dirt show and all that. So
we mentioned earlier, Fatty'd had a little bit of a health issue, but the last time I talked to him, he said he was feeling good and. Health was on the upswing. Is he all excited and ready to come out and work for Bash for Cash?
Yeah, I think Fatty's, his health is doing better than what of course it was after he had his heart attack. But, I mean, there's still a little leaps and bounds that he has to go through. And, but I think he's ready, and I think everybody else is ready. I mean, if it wasn't for Fatty and Chuck, my two nephews, and Billy, I definitely couldn't do this. So definitely, a shout out to them three for sure.
You're going to be making the trip over to Mercer, Pennsylvania, April 9th.
Yeah, we'll be over to the Smith Metal Expo. I mean, so yeah, we'll be driving over there, and I think everybody's going to go with me. Billy's going to go, Fatty's going to go, and actually, my son's even going to go with us.
Nice.
Cool.
That's cool. Tell me a little bit about what you hope to accomplish there. I mean, it's going to be the first kind of, at least in my mind, the first of its kind in Pennsylvania, if not ever.
I mean, I think it's going to be a great thing for everybody. I mean, with the people that's going to be there showing you different things, for the youth drivers itself is a great thing. Even some of the things like with Jason working on carburetors and stuff like that. I mean, I think that's going to be a great thing for a little bit of everybody. I probably could even learn something.
We're talking a little bit about the Smith Metalworks Expo, Smith Metalworks all-purpose fabrication shop that has taken the Northeast by storm. More than 40 years of combined metalworking experience. And what happened there? There we go. We'll go with this one. It's the first. It's the first of its kind. The Demolition Derby Expo, April 10th, in Mercer. Seminars are going to include rear end and transmission talk by Jeffy's Fab Farm, throttle and carburetor performance talk by Jason Koch with Koch Performance, winning engines by Brent Johnson of Redline, Watts Link installation by Toast Inc. and more. It's going to be the laundry list that just keeps going and going. A full vendors list is available online at smithmetalworks.info. Various promotions are going to be on hand as well. We talked about Smash It, Iron City Promotions, and Hardcore both going to be there. Toast Inc., Spinning Wheels, and Stir and Dirt going to be there as well. Kings of Old School, Dead Man Derby Promotions, and Derby Dog. Doors are going to be open from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Make sure you stop by, visit smithmetalworks.info, shop around, make your purchases, and maybe you can pick it up in person, save yourself some shipping. Wouldn't be so bad. Online at smithmetalworks.info. Did you promise
we're even going to do something kind of a little fancy over there ourselves. I got a hold of Jason, and we always give a car away for the Frank the Tank class, for the Mad Dog of that class. So I got a 76 Buick Sabra. We're going to have Jason paint up. Half of it's going to be in memory of Russ, that passed away here a couple years ago, and then we're going to do Big Wayne on the other half, of the car. So we're going to have Jason paint that over there. Hopefully he can get it all done that weekend. If not, maybe he can finish it up some other time.
Very cool.
Awesome. Very cool. I like the sounds of that. That you guys are going to have fun with that over there. We got some of the other stuff that we've been waiting on, so that's good. Getting some of that information collected. Better late than never. You going to make it over to Atomic Speedway this weekend?
I think I'm going to make it down to, the Miller Swap Meet. That's this weekend also here in Ohio, right down at Ross County Fairgrounds, and I'm going to make it there. Kind of have to meet a couple people down there myself, and then I probably will drive over to Atomic to get my blood rolling for a Demolition Derby for the evening. That's for sure.
Atomic Speedway in Waverly has a Demolition Derby scheduled this weekend, and I think Burlington has something coming up, but I don't know when it is.
I thought it was this upcoming. I thought it was like March 13th.
Yeah, so
which would be Saturday.
This weekend. Yeah. Yep.
I'm not exactly. I haven't heard because I know they were just. Yeah, I'm almost positive it's this weekend.
Evan Pauley checking in the chat. The last time you were at Lawrence County Fairgrounds in Proctorville, Ohio, in 2013, do you plan on coming back to the Lawrence County Fair someday? Evan Pauley with that question for Tim.
To put the Derby on down there,
yeah.
Justin Buchanan, actually, and we all know him here in Ohio. He does a really good job. He's been putting that show on for a while. I'm not saying I wouldn't go back there, but I'm not saying that I'm trying to get the job anyway.
Right.
Tim, a little off topic, but did you put any miles on your sled this winter?
Actually, I was in Michigan a couple times. Not very many times at all. There just wasn't that much snow out there this year, and I rode, I think, here more than I did up in Michigan.
Wow.
Gotcha. Interesting. Perfect.
But I got a lot of sponsors, to make the Bash for Cash or what it is today. I mean, if I didn't have the sponsors, it would never be where it is today. So, maybe I want to go through them real fast.
Yep.
Smith Metal Works, we've been actually talking about them a lot. RLC, Smith Metal Works, they donated the brake pedal sit-up. RLC was the bumper and the shifter. Ski Inc. was the cradle. Catskill was the training cooler. Pimp Products was the gas tank and the battery box. Post Mopar was the pinion brake. Ed Taylor from Ohio here, he's making bumpers now. So it was a 76 front bumper. Nearat, of course, making the best drive shaft out there in the market. Otis Motors is doing the motor and transmission this year. Deck Headers actually is doing the headers, Old School Derby Parts is doing the tires off the car. Chamberlain Welding is helping me with all the fixed plates for the whole show. Triple D is the power steering pump, one of the best out on the market. Miller Swap Meet, Pops Parts, radiator and the helmet. Coke's Performance is probably got the best carburetor out there on the market and the fuel pump system. Toast, he's donating the Watch Link. The Depth Products is donating the door skins. Derby Tees is actually donating all the T-shirts to give everybody that entered in the event. And, of course, we can't forget Derby Life magazine, one of the top magazines out there.
Fantastic. Well, Tim, man, the big news, the big takeaway, which is the best news that we got right now, wide open for Bash for Cash coming up Memorial Day weekend. And I know that's some really good news for the Derby community as a whole. I'm sure a lot of people are happy to hear that.
Yeah, it's going to be a great event. Like I said before, if you're ready to get out of the house, Memorial Day weekend would be a great weekend to get out. That's for sure. So hopefully I will see everybody there. You can go to my website, smashitderby.com, click on 2021 Bash for Cash info. It takes you right to everything. You can get your tickets. You can see the agenda. You can get your camp spot ticket, your golf carts. And with golf carts, if you're really wanting a golf cart, it seems like they're going pretty quick. I would just mention it to people that if you're wanting to drive around on a golf cart and civil, go on there and get you a golf cart, that's for sure.
I know it's never too early to ask about Blizzard Bash. What's going to happen in the fall if any decisions have been made?
Blizzard Bash is a go. I'll predict that right. I mean, I've been talking to Kansas a lot. I think Blizzard Bash is definitely going to be a go for this year. So the main derbies are back on schedule. That's for damn sure.
Excellent. Well, on that note, I think we've covered it all for tonight, Tim. We appreciate you coming on the show and hanging out for a while and giving us the updates, and look forward to talking again here in the coming weeks as we move towards Bash for Cash 2021.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot, and be safe.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.
All right. Bye.
There goes Tim Clark. So now we know that we got to start scrounging around for some details on Blizzard Bash.
Especially after the show. So, Blizzard Bash, what can you tell us?
Yep.
Good news.
I honestly thought that it was going to be one of those, wait and see kind of things. And perfect. That's good news.
Good to hear.
It's good news.
So what do you think a Blizzard Bash car looked like that's been being built for 2 years?
Probably no different than a Blizzard Bash car that was built for 1 year, because you're not going to be able to see all the cool stuff.
Yeah.
Everything's all in.
When they all show up and the list won't lift them off the ground, they're going to be in trouble.
Oh my gosh, if you've never had the chance to watch Inspection Line at Blizzard Bash or really any other places that have those really heavy full weld cars, there is no better experience in a tech line when the car pulls on and it's got this nasty sound and raspy motor and it's crackling and popping and everything. It pulls up on there and they push the button for the lift and it goes and nothing moves. And you can hear the entire, it's like part of the show. Along that security rail that they have there, you can hear everybody go, the collective gasp. and there's always the one driver's friend who can't keep a secret, who just looks.
Yeah, we've seen that the lift grown for sure. That's a definite thing.
It's certainly fun. Certainly fun to watch that. So that's sitting out there. You know what I didn't ask was what was going to happen with Capital City Carnage, if that was going to be pushed back and butted together still, or if it's going to be separated, how that's all going to come together. Because
I would guess that'll be March.
If
a year from now, I think we'll be
right.
talking about the results of Capital City Carnage.
Speaking of trips to Topeka, did you see Eddie Chick had some
shoulder surgery? Yes. Yeah. The old guy's falling apart.
I don't know. I don't think he's ever going to fall apart. He's just going to get reinforced.
Yeah. Just like he's reinforced now, just like the cars.
Right on. Domination Motorsports running in Ottawa this weekend had the first event of the Domination Motorsports season. Coming with the win, that was Snowmageddon. Snowmageddon was the name of that event, and we don't get the chance to have the Facebook interaction, so everything's coming through direct messages. Candace just messaged me back. So if that's a green light, Candace, let me know, and we'll get you on the phone. Let me know a number. Otherwise, let's jump through this stuff first, cover these bases. Jake Burrett came away with a win in the front-wheel drive hobo class, and the dominator was Neil Watkins. Kevin Ullman took the win in the weld compact side of things, and Scott Mulder took the Dominator Award, Mad Dog Award there. Odd side of things, Craig Birkenpass coming up with a win there, and in the Dominator Award went to Cordell Hansen, the street stock weld class. Damon Miller and Justin Meyer getting the street stock weld Dominator Award. Cordell Hansen taking the overall heaviest hitter award. All that information available on Domination Motorsports. They do have some leads on some information about the folk that came back and did some damage to the facility. So that's good.
About that.
Not to get into any of that stuff, and that's unfortunate. Look, respect the grounds. I mean, I feel like everybody's dad when I say this, but come on, it's
why would you do something with the
hydroseeded
grounds?
a whole section of the track, and it's all full of ruts now, and they're trying to it's messed up. It's not good.
I saw a picture of Kevin Ullman. He got tipped over early in the heat and then drove it down to the wind. So he went from one extreme to the other.
May 29th and 30th, 2021 is the Hawkeye Havoc event, 2-day event, and that is another event that's the next event for Domination Motorsports. That's an event where they're paying out some pretty serious money. Duo driver, full size class, 3,000 to win front wheel drive Hobo, 2,500 to win street stock weld, 1,800. Hobo minivan and Hobo full size truck, both 1,000 to win full size mod and front wheel drive Hobo youth, 1,300 and 1,000 respectively. That's going to be at Ottawa Dragway again, right back at the Dragway in Ottawa, Iowa. So there's the recap of that stuff. And then let's see, Speed World was this weekend. National class, Scott Brought taking the win there. Aaron Jester and JC Jester taking second and third. Austin Moser taking the Mad Dog Award. Outlaw class, that was Bobby Edwards taking the win in that one. Jason DiLoretto and Brian Mansfield running down through the top three. Ian Doyle taking Mad Dog there. He brought home some more hardware. And the milk truck side of things, Ian winning the milk trucks over Scott Brought and Jason DiLoretto. And the truck side, Jason DiLoretto won over Scott Bower and Allie Mansfield. Sounds like everything went well. That was the first time that Jamie Davis and Tom Bell sort of took the reins and took command of the Derby event. So that was kind of cool that it went well for them. Not bad. I'm glad that it went well. They handed out some GMW hardware, and GMW got to have the 2020 National Championship event, which was very cool. It was a nice scalloped crystal style trophy or acrylic trophy. You know, it wasn't giant, you know, so you can put it on a shelf without collapsing it or needing to have a separate room for it. But it was cool. It was
Could you
different.
drink beer out of it?
Huh?
Could you drink beer out of it?
I don't think so. It's not a cup. It's just a trophy.
I thought, I had the idea of like the acrylic.
Yeah, it's just I'll show you the pictures of it. It's really cool looking. They were pretty wild. Yeah, so that covers those bases. I really wish we knew what was going on with Facebook.
Yeah, I'm sure I got a message showed up on my messenger as well for Facebook that I'm sure somebody probably saying, hey, you're on YouTube, but I know Finger Lakes 1, it popped up as we were starting. The Finger Lakes 1 had something going on as well. So I wonder if they had the IP for their stuff.
You know what? Because I think basketball sectionals.
Yeah. So I wonder if that's what they're doing.
Yeah, it might be that. I don't know.
Not that I know a lot, but I mean, that sounds like it's fairly.
Well, my biggest fear is pushing too hard, and then really messing things up for them.
Yeah, let's not do that. Let's keep the boss happy.
Right. We'll just keep the mess here at home. I think we did not take care of this. No, let's get this squared away here. Street Stock Madness, we alluded to that during the show. Additional details can be found on smashderby.com. We told you about the Bash for Cash. The week after that, at the Fayette County Fairgrounds in Washington Courthouse, is Street Stock Madness. June the 5th, gates open at 6, open at noon. The Derby's at 6. On June the 6th, gates open at noon, and the Derby's at 3. 4-man teams, they're taking 20, 6,000, 3,000, 1,600 payback through the top 3. Pro Stock's taking 40 entries, 4,000, 2,000, 1,000 back through the top 3. Full-size street stock, compact street stock, and minivan, mini truck, mini SUV street stock on the card as well. 30 entries per class, 1,000 to win for each of those. Let's see.
I like that track. That's a neat track the way it's set up.
Yeah. Washington Courthouse, I mean? Yeah. Jeffy's Fab Farm is going to be at the Expo coming up and doing one of the seminars that we saw booked for Smith Metal Works on April the 10th. Jeffy's Fab Farm is an industry leader in all manner of purpose-built demolition derby parts, starting with rear ends in 2006. Jeffy's Fab Farm expanded to headers in 2008, and the shop can boast a combined 70 years plus of mechanical skill. Jeffy's Fab Farm specializes in LS conversions and conversion components. They also offer the Camarina Box campaign that sets you up for success in the compact side of things for $525. You need to ask about the multi-fit shifter options as well. They've got shifters, basically you pull it out of one and it's ready to drop right into the next with the multi-fit stuff. Really, really cool. You're also going to find fuel and air parts, suspension and transmission items, steering components, pedal switches, and gauges. If you need it, you can find it on the farm, jeffysfabfarm.com. We talked about Hardcore going to be at the Expo. Hardcore going to be out there. Their season's going to be starting before Smash Hits does. Somehow able to squeeze it in. Domination beat us all. And then Redneck Rumble here was a couple weeks ago. And I think there was a Derby in Kansas this weekend, too, if I'm not mistaken. There was something going on out there that I heard a little bit about. May the 15th is the start of the Hardcore Tour. May Meltdown in Stoneboro, Pennsylvania is May the 15th. June the 12th is Destruction on the Knob. That's the first one in Markleysburg. A bunch of these are going to be part of the Unified Point Series. Mayhem on the Mountain in Farmington is June the 26th. July gets busy. 3 shows then. Destruction on the Knob on the 10th. The 24th is King of the Hill at the Jacktown Fair. And then the 29th, 3rd, and the 6th is part of the 3-day Destruction in Dunbar program. This all leads us to the Hardcore Championship, paying $10,000 to win there. $3,000 Jeffy's Fab Farm Mad Dog Award. That event is set for the September 25th and 26th at the final confrontation in Dunbar, Pennsylvania. Stay up to date with all things going on with Hardcore Derby Promotions online at hardcorederbypromotions.com. No Mercy. We talked a little bit with TJ, had another conversation with him last week. There is no shortage of ideas. The only limit that TJ has is time to put stuff together. I mean, it is crazy some of the things he's throwing around. No Mercy is going to be the start of their schedule. Deadmanderby.com has the details. Fridays, the 3-man compact heats, the 80s Pro Stock heats, the half-ton trucks and SUVs. The last chance events are scheduled for Saturday at the start of the card. The youth compact division paying $800 to win. The Imperials are going to pay $2,000. Minivan, mini truck, and SUVs paying $1,200. Full-size team one and done. Deadman compact 70s and 80s Pro Stocks paying $8,000 to win. 3-man compact team feature paying $6,000 to win. The full-size Mercenaries, it's a one and done, paying $3,000 to win. All of that overseen by TJ McCulloch and deadmanderby.com. Unified Point Series, we've been talking a little bit about that. There's some housekeeping notes that we were asked to try and convey to the masses as we always jokingly get told. So we've got some of that stuff out there. The series is going to, the first one's already in the books. Wicked Derby's Redneck Rumble is the first one in the books. April the 17th is the next one, so we're a little over a month away from the next one. Toast is going to get the Granite City event up in Sauk Rapids in, and then April's also going to include Derby Icon Spring Explosion. I think there's only like 2 or 3 open weekends between April 17th and December 3rd. The end of the schedule. It's filled right up. There's more than 35 events on the schedule. Wicked's Urban Destruction on April 30th and May the 1st. Toast River City Rampage is May the 7th and 8th. May 15th is Hardcore's May Meltdown. We just talked about that. Smash and Bash for Cash on back-to-back weekends. It's the May 28th to the 30th, and then June 5th and 6th is the Street Stock Madness event. Hardcore's Destruction on the Knob, and then Toast's Bartholomew Fair in Columbus, Indiana. Rouse Promotions Wayne County Fair in Portland. That takes us through June. That's not even really the halfway point at that juncture. Stay up to date online with Emmy 527 Unified Point Series at 527unifiedseries.com. So we will jump back into this stuff. Some of the housekeeping things that Mark asked us to share. Sponsors who want to be on the 2021 banner, this week is the deadline. So if you're going to fly it at the banner, make sure you fly the banner at the expo. You got to get moving on that. Did you see the raffling off? It's 12 foot by 10 foot. The raffling off last year's banner. Yeah,
pretty nice.
What would be great is if through the course of the season they got all the winners to sign that.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And then raffle it off. That would be really, really wild. That would be cool. You'd have 11 John Shipley on it, right?
Bunch of Santals.
So they're going to try and get that together and ready for Smith Metalworks Expo. Working on the championship rings at this point for display at the Expo, as well as the first place trophy from Ruts Fab. Working on the details on all of that stuff. I don't know if you've ever tried to order custom rings like this.
No. I think that's such a cool idea, though. I've always thought,
it's awesome.
Like everything big, you get a ring. Super Bowl rings, Daytona 500 rings. Joker has sent me pictures of rings, he got throughout his cup career. Used to get rings for winning Syracuse. I think it's really cool. I mean, that's something.
I remember that now. I forgot that you used to get a ring for winning Syracuse.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. It'd be nice if
Dent gave out rings.
Did they?
Yep.
That I didn't know.
Yep.
Interesting. Some of their websites are still up.
The Dent website is up. Smashcard.com, I think it is.
Yeah.
I would love to talk to Todd. He was really ahead of his. And I looked him up because you and I talked about this once off air. And I tried looking him up on Facebook and I couldn't find anything. But I mean, he was kind of ahead of his.
Some of the people popped up with the same name.
Oh.
Don't know. I mean, I don't know which.
He was kind of ahead of the curve. He did some pretty neat stuff.
Yep, he certainly was staying busy. Waffled the 2020 banner for almost $1,800. Congrats, Frankie Guy, on winning it. That was the banner.
Yeah,
so Frankie Guy ended up winning that. Jacob Prusman is selling miniature 2020 banners. The profits go to the Point Series. Make sure you check out Jacob Prusman, Full for Right Designs, and Derby Tees orders should be aware of. Let me regroup that. The folks that ordered the shirts, the team shirts, they should have been shipped, but be aware of delays tied to UPS, USPS, all of that stuff. I know we've had some issues getting some stuff through FedEx of late, just because a lot of these places are running at partial capacity due to social distancing stuff on the lines.
Don't pay any attention.
Did you break it?
No, it just fell off as I was talking. Can you hear me now? Don't worry, I'll fix it if you want to.
I'll
take the camera off.
I just wanted everybody to see you struggle with this. I'll come over and fix it.
I got it.
You got it?
Yeah, I'm good.
Lefty loosey, right?
Go on talking, bud. You're good.
I'm fascinated by the execution over there. It's sort of a metaphor for the way that tonight has gone as a whole. All right, so I got to mute that because it's putting all sorts of rattling and feedback through there. Big appreciation out to Mark Klein at Derby Tees and the Unified Point Series. They got the logo together for the virtual Unified Point Series, which is coming together. That's almost full in its own right, so that's kind of exciting. Looking forward to that taking flight again April 17th. That'll be the virtual version running in parallel with the real one, which is just wild when you think about it.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like I said last week, derbies of all kind are gaining speed, and I think this year is going to be amazing for Derby. I think there's going to be renewed vigor. There's going to be a lot more people running, a lot more people coming to watch. The American people are starved for entertainment, and I think we're all going to have record crowds and record car counts, and it's going to be awesome. What do you think, Chris?
Just writing Candace back quick, answering. She missed the message that I sent her earlier today until just now, and we were in the middle of doing the recap for her stuff. It's been
Monday.
It's been a Monday. It has been a Monday. I still got a few more things to do tonight when I get home, and hopefully that technology is working.
Yeah. I'm ready. I had to work the double yesterday and left home at 6:30 today, and work, football practice, podcasts, home. Long day.
We got a couple meetings to tend to tonight, but we got some more cool stuff coming in terms of Crash Course podcast and some of the stuff that we've been working on, so we're looking forward to that. There's derbies popping up all over the place. I mean, I didn't even know that Atomic had a race this weekend. I had a derby this weekend until I got a message from a friend today asking if we knew anything about it. It was really cool. One of the kids in class, and this is what was making me think of Burlington, he said that I got all my stuff done, so we got to go over and work on the demo car. I said go on, and our room teacher said, we're in the middle of morning meeting. You guys need to pay attention. You can't be having a conversation with him as Mr. Marquardt. And I said, it's okay.
This is important. A lot of your stuff.
But yeah, he got to go over there, and he was all excited. He said, I think it's a Chevy, and I got to put paint on it, and he got to rattle can his name on the side and a couple other sayings on it, and
cool.
Got to have some pictures taken with the car and stuff. He was all excited. The part that he painted was like a cow pattern.
Cool.
And it was a car that he won on a waffle recently, and I couldn't get the name of the guy that owned the car. This was an uncle was a friend of the owner, so kind of ended up stair-stepping around. So, but it was really cool. We got to have a little conversation about that, and I anticipate we'll try and get back to it here after the car gets run. It was really cool.
Yeah, it's
he was all
neat.
excited.
It's funny. I kind of forgot about it. But Paul Reynolds, who local driver, he was talking about going on and running because I think his birthday is right here coming up, and he was talking about going on and running in Burlington, and I forgot all about asking. I'll have to message him later and see what's going on. But they were talking about going down and running as well. So
awesome.
Yipper, it's getting there. Who would have thought that, we'd be going to Pennsylvania for derbies, and, it's just the derby world just keeps getting smaller.
Yep, sure does. It's one of the things I like about what we get the good fortune to do every Monday. Just keeps making things smaller. There was a derby out in California too. I saw some pictures were posted.
I think there's been a couple. I think I've seen maybe the Tags ran one, and then almost think they officiated one. Some of the Tags.
That's the one that I was thinking of.
Because I think there was one where maybe Troy's wife and one of his sons ran, but I could be wrong.
It's entirely possible. Entirely possible. What do you think? Think we covered everything for tonight?
I think we're good, bud.
We were able to put as much stuff through the ringer as possible. We're going to call this one good. Stick to fork at number 346. We appreciate all the folks always as you tune in. We'll have everything fixed on the Facebook side of things by next week, and we certainly look forward to hanging out with everybody again then. But until then, 347 is on tap next week, and we'll see everybody next time. Thanks for watching.
The Crash Course Live is presented by Smash It Demolition Derby, who host Bash for Cash, Blizzard Bash, and Capital City Carnage. Online at smashitderby.com. And Stirring Dirt Racing, host of Many Mania's team show at the Golden Spike Arena in Ogden, Utah. Online at stirringdirtracing.com. Reckless Abandon Derby Apparel, and Derby Inc. Magazine. This is the Crash Course Demolition Derby podcast, recorded live at the FAIRGROUNDS1.com studios in downtown Seneca Falls, New York.